Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week, a big thank you to our 2017 chair. OCC releases its economic report for Ontario, and our weekly political update with Brad Butt, who has news on construction permits in Mississauga, a vote prosperity program for Ontario, and 10 ways to build a Canada that wins. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. Mississauga business leaders gathered at the Glen Erin Inn to celebrate the contribution of the Mississauga Board of Trade 2017 Chair, Vivi White. 2018 Chair Paul Gaspar was on hand to thank Ms. White and introduce the keynote speaker, the new President and CEO of the Ontario Chamber of Commerce, Rocco Rossi.
As I stand here today, I have to say I am so humbled and honored to be celebrating my year as chair of the Mississauga Board of Trade. It sure went by quickly. My sincerest thanks to each and every one of you for making the time to come today to reflect on a year of work, of growth, of partnership and accomplishment. None of this, of course, would have been possible without the strong commitment, support, and dedication of my fellow directors.
The Ontario Chamber of Commerce released its Ontario Economic Report, which indicated that business confidence is waning in light of continued downward pressure on the ability of business to operate in Ontario.
And we've seen, since 2012, we've seen a consistent decline in confidence in the province's economic outlook, and this continues from last year to this year. So 48% of businesses are not confident in Ontario's economic outlook this year.
MBOT's annual business directory is gearing up for its 2018 edition. This directory is distributed to thousands of businesses in Mississauga and is a one-stop source to find suppliers. Don't miss this opportunity to promote your business and brand. And now for our political update with Director of Government Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Well, thanks, David. The Policy and Government Affairs Committee of MBOT met with staff from the City of Mississauga and Region of Peel last Friday to discuss the vacant unit property tax rebate program. The region is conducting a review of this program that provides a property tax credit of up to 30% on commercial leasable space that is vacant for more than 90 days. This program has been in place since the late 1990s and is designed to provide some tax relief to commercial property owners during times their properties are vacant. It is important in that it helps maintain a healthy real estate market and ease the financial impact of long-term vacancies. A public meeting for businesses that would be affected by any change to the Retail Business Holidays Act is being held by the Region of Peel and its consultants at the Erin Mills Town Centre on Wednesday, February 21st at 9 a.m. If your business is affected by holiday openings and closings, this is a session you will want to attend. The Region of Peel is updating its official plan to accommodate the expected 500,000 new residents and 250,000 more jobs by 2041. By 2041, Peel will have over 2 million residents and 1 million jobs. The official plan is required to be reviewed every 5 years, and the region is seeking public input over the next several months on its growth plan. Last Wednesday, Mississauga City Council adopted a staff report to establish a municipal accommodation tax of 4% on overnight stays effective April 1st, 2018. Our CEO, David Wojcik, addressed Council on this issue.
Great opportunity for Mississauga to stand on its own in marketing our city as a tourist destination while working with Tourism Toronto and Destination Ontario. As the third largest city in the province of Ontario, Mississauga deserves to be recognized as a vibrant standalone tourism destination where visitors can soak in the Mississauga culture, sites, and experience that we all know and love.
The City of Mississauga and their firefighters have inked a new collective agreement that will see pay raises of 7.3% over 3 years, but dating back to January 2015 through December 2017. This amount, according to officials, was within the budget that the city had set. Despite this, both the Association of Municipalities of Ontario and Chambers of Commerce across Ontario are still concerned about interest arbitration awards and the ability of local governments to pay what are sometimes large awards to unions. The City of Mississauga issued more than 4,000 construction permits in 2017, an increase of approximately 8% over the previous year. The total value of construction permits remains at $1.3 billion for the third consecutive year. Quote, Mississauga is a leading destination where people choose to build a more promising future, said Mayor Bonnie Crombie. With our strong economy and an educated workforce and good transportation network, Mississauga continues to be a forward-thinking and growing city. These significant and ongoing business investments help strengthen Mississauga's tax base, which allows council to fund future projects and important resident priorities we all rely on, including libraries, community centers, and public transit, the mayor said. Recently, Mississauga City Council adopted a resolution to seek ongoing support from the governments of Canada and Ontario for the city's top priorities and initiatives, including strategic transit investments, sustainable infrastructure funding, legislative changes, city building initiatives, and affordable housing and partnerships as part of its pre-budget submissions to the provincial and federal governments. Quote, to build the Mississauga of the future, we need federal and provincial support in the form of long-term, predictable funding for our top priorities like infrastructure, affordable middle-class housing, and transit, the foundations of our city, said Mayor Crombie. As the two governments prepare their 2018 budgets, they need to listen to the priorities of Mississauga as well as other municipalities across the province. We are the economic engines and need committed and engaged federal and provincial government partners to continue to build and remain prosperous, the mayor concluded. On Tuesday, the Ontario Chamber of Commerce released Phase 2 of its Vote Prosperity campaign in advance of the June 7th provincial election. Over the next 12 weeks, the Ontario Chamber Network will be advocating Vote Prosperity with local provincial candidates across the province through meetings, social media activation, and with the letter-writing campaign. Vote Prosperity is built around 4 fundamental pillars to support a strong economy in Ontario: strengthening business competitiveness, fostering job creation, building healthy communities, and improving government accountability. Last Tuesday, Ontario Finance Minister Charles Sousa held a pre-budget consultation in Brampton, which I attended. It was interesting to see the number of organizations, both private and nonprofit, that raised cost concerns over Bill 148 and the minimum wage increase. The minister certainly heard that Peel-based organizations are feeling the sting. The Ontario government has announced enhanced changes to the apprenticeship program. The multi-year strategy will better create incentives for employers to train and retrain apprentices by transforming the existing apprenticeship training tax credit into the graduated apprenticeship grant for employers, promote apprenticeship as a valuable post-secondary pathway, and help individuals make informed decisions about their career options by providing valuable information about different careers leading from an apprenticeship. It will update the apprenticeship system through digital enhancements, including a simplified online registration process, develop recommendations on how to ensure students in the K-12 system are prepared for, exposed to, and aware of career opportunities in the skilled trades, and enhance services that support apprentices to begin and complete their training, including increasing the participation of young people and underrepresented groups in the skilled trades. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce released 10 Ways to Build a Canada That Wins last week, a document that provides business, decision makers, and government with a series of clear priorities and objectives that, if addressed, will give Canada a competitive edge, improve productivity, and grow the economy. Some of the recommendations of most interest from a Mississauga perspective include making Canada a magnet for business investment, developing agile workforce strategies, helping SMEs trade and grow, making Canada a global innovator, making Canada a one-stop shop for green resources and technology, and ensuring a globally competitive North America. To read the whole report and its recommendations, please go to chamber.ca. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. Would you like to see your business advertised to hundreds of MBOT members every week? Right here on this banner. Call Sonia Oja or Hillary Jewer for details and elevate your brand today. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On February 14th, Good Morning Mississauga celebrates Hazel McCallion Day at Sheridan College. Come out and wish former Mayor Hazel McCallion a very happy birthday on her special day. Book a speaker spot. Where else can you make over 100 cold calls in just 2 minutes? On February 28th, NGen, the Under 40 Networking Group, gathers for a social mixer at Scaddabush Square 1. Join this energetic group of future business leaders and start developing those all-important business relationships today. On March 6th, come discover South Africa with your colleagues from MBOT. An information session on this once-in-a-lifetime adventure to South Africa. 11 days with an optional 3 days in Dubai. Space is limited. On March 7th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. And on March 8th, MBOT celebrates International Women's Day with an intimate mixer at the MBOT office. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.